What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to NFT Nation, the most relatable and reliable NFT and crypto podcast in the nation. I'm your host, Michael Wheeler, here with my co-host, Alex Ferguson.
What's going on, guys?
And in today's episode, we will be explaining what the Brave browser is and why you should consider using Brave over many other options out there. So, Alex, would you like to kind of start off the first question? This episode's all going to be about a back and forth between Alex and I, helping the audience understand the Brave browser and everything that goes into it. And Alex and I are going to kind of play the role of a curious viewer, if that makes sense too, that is trying to learn about the Brave browser. So we're just going to get right into it. Alex, would you like to ask the first question about what the Brave browser is?
Yeah, so starting off pretty simple. I mean, this is about Brave browser. So what is it exactly?
So pretty much just like a basic definition of the Brave browser, in that Brave is a free open source web browser developed by Brave Software Incorporated, which is based on the Chromium web browser. So that means it's actually built on top of the kind of same platform that Google Chrome uses. And Brave is a privacy-focused browser which automatically blocks online advertisements and website trackers in its default settings, so you don't have to worry about kind of the man listening into everything you type and search and giving you advertisements based on what they think you might buy. And also it provides the users a choice to turn on optional ads that pay users for their attention in form of the basic attention token, which we will get into later and help everyone understand what exactly that is. And it's obviously a cryptocurrency that their users get paid in to use the software. And also users can then send contributions to websites and many different content creators to through the basic attention token to support them. And you can also tip many website creators using the basic attention token. So yeah, that's just like kind of the basic definition if you had maybe 30 seconds to learn about what the Brave browser is.
It's kind of crazy that we have to go to some other website to feel safe.
Yeah, exactly. It's obviously everyone has different opinions on whether they like to be tracked or whether they even care, but for someone who enjoys their own privacy and wants to kind of do their own thing, the Brave browser is a perfect option.
Yeah, it's definitely and it goes over the Chrome, like you said, so it's real simple then.
Yeah, like you have all your Chromium extensions that you would still use. Like you have, like I use Grammarly and MetaMask that helps me with the browser, and it just works perfectly. But kind of to get into it, Alex, do you care just to give the listeners some quick facts about the Brave browser?
Yeah, so I just got a few little facts here to share with y'all. And as of December 2021, Brave has more than 50 million active monthly users. So I mean, it's obviously sounds pretty popular, and 15.5 million daily active users and a network of more than 1.5 million content creators. So this is obviously pretty popular throughout the whole world. And in April 2021, Brave became the first browser to be added to the Epic Games Store. So I actually, when I first read that, I was kind of like, oh, Epic Games. They made Fortnite. They made a couple other games, so they're pretty popular.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see like a big company like Epic Games putting Brave software onto their application for other users to download.
Yeah, for sure.
So Alex, we obviously understand some quick facts about what the Brave browser is, and kind of to get more deep into what the company truly is, can you give us some background on maybe who founded the company and a little bit of history?
Yeah, so in May of 2015, CEO Brennan Eich and CTO Brian Bondi founded Brave Software, which we are talking about now. And in January 2016, Brave Software launched the first version of Brave with active ad blocking capabilities and announced plans for a privacy-respecting ad platform. And also in June 2019, Brave started testing a new ad blocking rule matching algorithm implemented in Rust, replacing the previous C++ one. So I know that last sentence could be kind of confusing for people
Yeah, a lot of people
that don't
that
know.
don't understand are like, what the heck? What
Yeah,
the
well,
heck is Rust and C++? So what exactly is that?
yeah. So Rust and C++ is pretty much simplest terms, just coding languages and algorithms, which basically help a lot of computers and everything around us kind of work. And Brave claims this is an average of 69 times faster than the previous algorithm. So I mean, they're making pretty good adjustments towards their platform, and it's working. So
Yeah, it's crazy to see like Brandon Ike, the founder of the Brave software. He's really smart, obviously, but I was watching it. He has an interview with, I believe, it might be Lex Friedman or many other kind of huge content creators, but he actually personally made the kind of he built kind of the Brave software on top of these algorithms, which is why it is so much faster now than it previous was, which is insane to see.
that's cool. Could you give us a little bit of a background on Brandon Ike?
Yeah, so to kind of understand what the Brave browser is, you obviously want to understand who the creators are. That's kind of just like a basic knowledge that everyone wants to know. So pretty much Brandon Ike is an American computer programmer and technology executive. That's why he's the executive or the CEO of Brave Software, and he actually created the JavaScript programming language and co-founded the Mozilla project and the Mozilla Foundation, and also the Mozilla Corporation. So he's obviously done a lot with technology, and especially being an executive in many different companies. And he served as the Mozilla Corporation's chief technical officer before he was appointed chief exec. Or sorry, before he was appointed the chief executive officer, but he resigned shortly after his appointment due to controversy. And obviously, we don't really want to talk about his controversy, but it's not anything horrible. But if our listeners want to go out of their way and look up what the controversy was, they are free to do that. But right after he left the Mozilla Foundation or corporation, he actually he became the CEO of Brave Software, which is great to see. But to kind of understand who more of Brandon's kind of experience and maybe give him a little bit more prestige inside the crypto and kind of Web3 community, he first worked at Netscape, which some young viewers may not even know what Netscape is, but it was pretty much an American independent computer services company. It was pretty much it was kind of like, you know how MySpace was Facebook before Facebook? Netscape was pretty much the internet before the internet. So he obviously has been in the kind of space for a long time, and he obviously co-founded Mozilla, which is a free and open software project, and then he became the CEO of the Brave browser. So
And
he
also,
has a lot of, or sorry, go ahead.
And just for anyone that doesn't know, Mozilla is they're most known for Firefox.
Yeah, so you can I actually didn't know that, which is it's really interesting to learn, because that actually gives him a lot more prowess in the space, because Firefox is literally used everywhere. I think it's one of the most kind of competing browsers besides Safari and Google Chrome. But I mean, it's great to see. It just gives him even more. Like, it makes me trust the Brave browser even more because the CEO has so much experience.
Yeah, and something else to add on the facts about earlier, he built JavaScript in 10 days.
Oh my. Yeah, he's a nerd. He is a certified nerd. And in the crypto and kind of decentralized community, we love nerds. It's a good thing to be a nerd, because the nerds in this space are the people that make money. So it's great to see.
They're the ones making the bank.
Yeah, exactly. So Alex, we all understand that it's a business. Even though the Brave Foundation or the Brave Software Incorporated is a nonprofit, they obviously need money to support themselves. How exactly does the Brave browser kind of make money?
Yeah, so you mentioned this earlier in the previous topic, but Brave uses its basic attention token, or BAT, to drive revenue and keep the browser running. So many of you might be asking, well, what is it? So the basic attention token is a cryptocurrency token based on Ethereum. created for use in the open source decentralized ad exchange platform and cryptocurrency. So pretty much, I mean, it's based on Ethereum. So I mean, it
Yeah,
obviously
it's
has
actually
some
built on top of the Ethereum kind of blockchain, which
blockchain.
is
Yeah,
great to see. But
it has
we,
some
we,
good
we
backing.
yeah, exactly. It's great to see them build on the largest kind of smart contract blockchain out there.
Yeah. So you're kind of wondering how they use it. So the basic attention tokens, tokenomics, are based upon a cycle between the user, creator, and advertisers. Advertisers must purchase the basic attention token, or I'm going to start calling it BAT just for
Yeah,
short.
that's a lot easier.
Yeah, to show ads on the Brave Rewards platform. And these ads then shown to the user, where the user then receives 70% the BAT spent on the ad, which is a 30% revenue going to Brave. So I mean,
Which I mean that's awesome to see because I like how the Brave browser is pretty much making advertisers buy their own
yeah,
token
kind of
to
buy their space.
advertise because if any of our viewers, just kind of like a fun fact, I am currently using the Brave browser to record this podcast with Alex, and especially if you use the Brave browser mobile version, you get some type of ad, but they're not like personalized ads where like something like Google, where they like pretty much just try to like figure out everything you like and then pretty much
Oh, they
just send
know
you.
everything you
Yeah.
like.
Oh, they know you talk about a dog collar, you're getting an Amazon ad in 30 seconds. But it's nice to see how they're kind of giving a more decentralized version of advertisements, especially because since you're not just being bombarded by personal ads, it's great to see. And the fact that they're giving 70% of the ad or the money spent by the advertisers back to the community is also amazing to see.
Yeah. And some of you might, how can you use the token? Can you just start buying NFTs, or just what can you do with it? So users can then either resupply this BAT back into the market to be rebought by advertisers so they can have more ads, or they can choose to tip a creator using the Brave Creators platform, where creators may then sell the BAT, and creators being hosted off websites the users have visited, or creators on platforms such as YouTube, and also I could be wrong. Is it Twitter uses it as well?
Yes, you can also. So it's not Twitter, like directly, like kind of how they have their own certain tip feature
Yeah,
that you
like
can
the
use
blue or whatever.
Ethereum. Yeah, but you can tip certain creators in the basic attention token that have the Brave browser, because when you create the Brave browser, it comes with a wallet, so you don't have to go through all the like heavy or the headache of having to create your own wallet. But pretty much this allows the creators, or both the creators and the users of the Brave browser, to kind of create their own ecosystem and support each other. Like obviously there's kind of like a built-in Patreon just in the browser. Like if I say there's a website I use all the time and it's pretty small and I want to support it, and I can just send them some of my basic attention token that I've earned from just using the browser, and it's kind of like a thank you. So which is really nice to see, because you're able to support creators that you love that you normally wouldn't be able to other than just like using their stuff.
Yeah. So the BAT market is I mean, it's big for advertisers, obviously, as we're saying. So in the scenario, BAT price is expected to be supported by advertisers, obviously, wanting to show ads on the platform and buying BAT so that they can show ads to the whole kind of, I forget the word. I don't know the word, but like viewers, I guess. Audience. There you go.
Yeah.
And users or creators selling their BAT at a certain price for profit. So that profit being selling it back to companies that want to advertise stuff on the Brave server.
Yeah, exactly. And also I like how like I'm just gonna call it the Brave company just because it makes more sense, or the Brave Software Incorporated, whatever you want to call it. I like how they've made I've mentioned this earlier, but I really appreciate how they're making the advertisers buy the basic attention token, because it kind of fuels the own economy with the basic attention token, because there's always going to be advertisers. The more and more the Brave browser grows, more and more advertisers are going to migrate to Brave, because that's just kind of how it works. You kind of get you want to get your products out to as a large of an audience as possible. And if the Brave browser grows, so will the kind of marketers. But that also means that the more marketers is the more people buying the token, which, if you kind of look at it in economics term, I don't know how many people are going to sell, but that kind of makes me pretty bullish on the basic contingent token as a whole, because more and more companies will be buying.
Yeah, for sure. So I know that, I mean, why would I just switch to Brave? Why can't I just use Chrome? So what are some reasons, or me and Michael will give you sort of some reason as to why you might want to switch to Brave. So Michael, go ahead and start us off.
Yeah, no problem. So obviously the number one reason why you should or consider switching to Brave is in my personal opinion, is the most important to me, just because this is what I enjoy from using the Brave browser, is that there is an internal ad blocker called Shields. So if you're using any other browser, you have to go through the hassle and headache of having to download your own ad blocker and hoping you don't get like malware on your computer. But this is actually the fastest ad blocker browser. So it has insane features, and here's just like a list of everything the Brave browser blocks. It blocks intrusive adverts. It blocks company trackers. It blocks like fingerprinting from, like, if you use sometimes will log into your account or something and you use your fingerprint or Face ID, it might get like swiped or taken. You never know what hackers are trying to do. And also it blocks cross-site cookies, so it blocks sending companies your data. And it also blocks intrusive scripts, which is kind of just like annoying ads that randomly show up. And it also blocks up pop-up ads. So as you're browsing the internet, you will not get like a blast of an ad and you can't click anywhere and you have to click a certain thing, because we've all been there, where the annoying block goes on in the front of your screen and it takes you like 17 clicks just to make the ad disappear. And that's probably honestly why I love the Brave browser so much, because I no longer have to deal with that.
Yeah, I know the cookies are kind of annoying too. Having to click accept every single time I join.
Oh yeah, that's so annoying.
Yeah, so for my reason, I mean, you earn crypto for seeing ads. You're earning money just looking at ads that you
like imagine if you got paid for watching a YouTube ad. Like,
yeah, I mean, you're already watching ads on Chrome or whatever site you use, as like prominent as it is over there. So why not get paid by going over to Browse or Brave? Exactly. So one of the features of Brave often used to entice new users is the fact that you can earn money just for browsing. So I mean, I might start using it a lot more. I've sort of peeked into it a little bit.
I will say that obviously the majority of the reason why people get into the Brave browser is because you're able to make a monetary gain just by doing simple just browsing. But I will say there kind of is a learning curve to Brave. I mean, especially I will be honest, I have used Google Chrome literally my entire life. So it took me a week to get used to it, and I've probably been using it for over, I'll just say I've been using it for like 2 months, and I'm completely used to it by now. The only difference is that when you open up Brave, you don't instantly go to a Google landing page, but you can still use Google in the Brave browser, so it just doesn't even matter. And also Brave has their own search engine, so you can use Brave search engine or you can go on Google. It's really just personal. It's really just your personal preference. It's literally just a browser. Everything's the same. YouTube's the same. Every website you want's the same. So it's to each their own, I guess. And I choose Brave. But also another important reason is that since it's built on top of Chromium, you have access to the Chrome web store without having to use Chrome. So just like I said earlier, Brave allows you to install applications from the Chrome web store, which is great. If like us, you have a number of app extensions you use every day, there's probably 3 or 4 Google web store extensions I use on a daily basis, and this really helps because I don't have the headache of trying to figure out how to replace those. I just have to go to the Chromium web store and just download the same ones. Like when I'm writing essays on my computer, I still have Grammarly on top, or I still have the Grammarly extension, which is kind of like a grammar and helps me write essays, especially for important essays I have to write. But it's always there. Also, the MetaMask extension is there, so I don't have to worry about that. Like the MetaMask little fox is always in the corner looking at me. And there's many other stuff I could put on my computer if I wanted to use, and it's perfect, especially if you're you're still attached to Chrome like I am. This really helps. And the other benefit is that when new extensions are released, so long as you have updated Brave to the most recent version of Chromium, you should be able to use those extensions. So it kind of just updates along with Chrome, so it's perfect.
Yeah, so I mean, it just sounds all around better, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
So for my next reason, it's also another good thing, obviously, and it's that Brave is faster than Firefox, Chrome, and Opera. I mean, faster is always better when it comes to internet or searching. And one of the benefits of blocking trackers and advertising by default is that websites will load faster, as they don't have to prime all the features that follow you around. And you don't have to wait for ads to start loading in, because I know
Exactly.
I experience this a lot. Like when I first go in and you see that like empty block that's probably going to be like a discount for buying something, but there's no X yet because it hasn't loaded in. And without that being there, I mean, all around better.
It just you have access to everything earlier. And also, especially say you're using Firefox or Chrome and you have, let's say you downloaded your own ad blocker, you have to first go to the website, and then the website sends the information to the ad blocker. Then the ad blocker just blocks the ad, and it's just too many hands. With the Brave browser, you go to the website and the ads aren't there because it's already built in, so it's perfect.
Yeah,
there's not as many hands kind of pushing around the data. But also for our even more stealthy folks, you could say, that enjoy even having an extra layer of security with their browsing, Brave has their own incognito mode called Tor Incognito. So if, however, you simply want to browse the dark web and see what there is to see, Brave is a convenient way to do that without having to download a separate browser. Just note that the benefits we mentioned earlier disappear when using the Tor network, because obviously we don't want to get into the whatever, or we don't want to get into all the details of what the Tor network is and how to access the dark web or whatever. But when you kind of go onto the Tor network using the Brave browser, kind of the powers of Brave disappear because the Tor network is kind of all foggy and even more security, which is crazy to see. But if you're trying to be extra stealthy, go right ahead. Brave's your option.
Yeah. So for the last kind of reason that you might want to switch, it's that Brave will disable Flock. So many of you are wondering what Flock is, and Flock is Google's alternative to third-party cookies and is based on machine learning. And this will allow the browser or any browser to anonymously study how users are browsing and then group them in cohorts. So pretty much that's like basing, like we said earlier, like you talk about one item and then next thing you know, you're getting an ad for it. And then Brave will not have this, so a machine isn't tracking over your every move online. So it's not as creepy, because I know like it'll be like, yo, this is so cool, and then you get an ad for it and it's everywhere, and it's just like, okay, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's just a better, it gives me a peace of mind that I know I'm not constantly being watched. Like, obviously, like the main reason I would say people wouldn't want to switch to Brave is either they're too lazy, which I completely understand, or they're like, oh, I don't care if they have my data, like it doesn't matter. But like me personally, I enjoy using something where I feel safe online. I'm not constantly being watched, and I have the probability of earning a reward just for using the browser, which is kind of just perfect. But I guess I'm obviously biased for the Brave browser, but I just go out and download it, try it out. There's no reason not to.
Yeah. So we've been talking about comparing Brave with like Chrome, Firefox, all that. So how is it different from its competitors?
So obviously, if you compare Brave versus Chrome, like there's obviously pros and cons to both, and obviously you want to find they're both very good websites just for like finding basic information and doing Google searches. But pretty much Brave beats out Chrome. Like they beat them out of the ballpark with security. I mean, the Brave browser is entirely safe. It does not require third-party add-ons to ensure browsing security, like Chrome would if you wanted to install an ad blocker or something. At the end of a surfing session, a Brave user may choose what data to delete. There's options in the Brave settings where you can pretty much have it set to where it instantly download or deletes your cookies and instantly deletes your browsing history as well once you're done with whatever you were looking up. And also it prevents fingerprinting attempts and scripts from being loaded, so it pretty much just secures your data even more, especially if you're logging to important stuff like maybe your bank account or say like your Twitter account. It just keeps those passwords and everything more secure. And also it does not support a large number of third-party add-ons. Just like a third-party add-on is a web browser, like web games and stuff. Like it kind of just gets rid of those, just stuff it doesn't need and stuff. No, kind of just like stuff that's taking up room on a browser or whatever. But the Brave browser still has a lot of work to do in terms of security, but they're right on track for the time being. No browser's perfect for security, but if you're looking for something that is the best, Brave is your option, just plain and simple. And also, it has just like Alex is talking about, or Alex, why don't you just go ahead and kind of talk about what you see Brave as and kind of your opinion on the Brave browser?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, like we're talking about security, and it's on track to like be as good or like better than Chrome. And so I'm kind of comparing this, like listening to everything, like kind of analyzing everything, and I see it kind of Brave as Solana, where they kind of have all the ideas. They have like where they want to go, how they're going to get there, and they just need to put them all together, just like Solana, so that it becomes one of the best browsers out there. Because I mean, like with Solana, security is sort of lower, I guess, and it's new, so just as Brave is, and so I feel like their kind of correlation together is very good.
And yeah, I mean, also the Brave browser has been around for like a couple of years, so yes, they are new compared to Google Chrome or Safari or anything, but they're making steps in the right direction every single day. I mean, it's becoming better every day. They're always working on new betas and kind of. They also listen to the community very well. I will say, they're they respond very well to what the community wants to see with the browser when compared to like a big corporation like Google or Apple. They really don't care what their consumers have to say. And yeah, the feedback with the community using Brave is great to see, and also it just kind of makes the Brave browser work even better because they're going to implement things that consumers will actually use, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, just kind of like to end off kind of some why is Brave different. And obviously with the built-in basic attention token wallet, the Brave browser supports cryptocurrencies, and pretty much I also have my MetaMask linked with my Brave browser, so it just makes everything easier and simple, especially if I'm trying to mint an NFT or join a waitlist. It happens instantly. And also cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum can be used to fund the wallet, so it's kind of also just a cryptocurrency wallet as well. So I mean, I don't see Google Chrome allowing their users to make a crypto wallet and store crypto. So I mean, that's just another pro right there. But to get into pros and cons, Alex, why don't you kind of just go over some pros and cons of the Brave browser?
Yeah, so like Michael said, first I'm going to start off with Brave. And some of the pros, obviously, the security and privacy top notch, as we described earlier. Extremely fast web page loading due to like the lack of ads and cookies. Excellent initiative features. And I mean, this goes with being exactly tied to Chrome, where you can get all those like docs and everything like that. And then a futuristic perspective. I mean, they're you can get crypto for watching ads. I mean, that's
Not
pretty
even
cool.
watching ads, just like getting
Yeah,
pop-up
just
ads
like
on your computer.
just seeing an ad, you're getting paid crypto, which I think is pretty cool. And so now we go to cons of Brave, and there's not that many. I mean, it's new, so I mean, it needs time to catch up and figure out bugs, and then also use a lot more RAM. So many of you are asking, what's RAM? So RAM stands for Random Access Memory, and this is like the temporary storage component of your computer. And so RAM holds all the data you're currently using, from the website you're looking at to the movement of your mouse from one side of the screen to another. So it's really just like short-term memory stuff, pretty much. And then moving over to Chrome, so the pros and cons of Chrome. So first, pros, it's one of the most widely used browsers. I mean, everyone's used Chrome. It's very popular. Google Apps integration is simple. I mean, I think it's pretty simple on Brave, but I mean, it's directly tied with Chrome. I mean, Chrome, Google, they're literally the same company. And so also the management of tabs. Like, Brave isn't that hard, but you have to, being completely lazy here, you have to open a whole nother thing instead of Chrome where you can just like, oh, there it is, pop, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, guys. Or sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
And then the cons. So pretty much also memory usage is high. I mean, you're going to see all these things and it's just going to stick with Chrome and it's just going to eat up a lot of data. And then customization is limited. I mean, so with Brave, you have all these settings that you can change, like ads and stuff like Michael was talking about earlier. And then another con, you can't make crypto. You can't get crypto. So
yeah. So I mean, it's great to see. Obviously, Alex and I have the same opinion on why or whether to choose Brave or not. But I mean, it's a kind of a no-brainer. It's really easy. I guess we can put the link to download Brave in the description of this podcast just to make it even easier for you all to do. Just one click and boom, you're done. To start download, but also it's on the App Store. It's on, if you're using Google Chrome, you can go on your computer and download it. It's really easy. It's simple. It's maybe like a couple pushes of a button and boom, you're done. And yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much just going to be it for today. Alex, do you want to say anything before you head out here?
Just make sure you give us 5 stars on Spotify. Check us out. Make sure you tell any of your friends that might be interested. Word to word, or like spreading it that way, really helps us a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Mouth-to-mouth advertisement is the perfect way to grow this podcast, since the NFT community is small and we're trying to get into those inner circles of NFT communities to kind of just build a strong foundation of a kind of like just like an audience. But also, if you all want to reach out to us, we have a Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. You can look us up. It's at NFT Nation or at NFT_Nation_podcast. We have the same profile picture for all 3 social media. So yeah, definitely give us a follow on all 3 of those, and feel free to reach out to us on any of those. I mean, our DMs are completely open. We're a small podcast, so we're still able to be personable with our audience. And yeah, guys, we just hope you all learned something today, and maybe even convince you to download the Brave browser, which we're here to do.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys.
Thanks for listening.